Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. How is everyone fine? This fine. Woo Woo Wednesday. I'm out of breath. I was trying to find the remote for the fan so I could turn that off because it was kind of chilly in here. Had to get my coffee, and in all of that mad dash to get everything up here, I left my water downstairs. So I may at some point need to go get that if I need it really bad, but who knows? I got coffee. That's always a nice close second, right? I'm not used to this cup though. My lid broke on my other little cup, so. And I have two of them, but I can't find the other lid right now. So hello everybody. Steffi's here. Welcome, Bersha. Welcome, Brandy Lynn. Welcome, Divyansha. Welcome, everybody, to our Woo Woo Wednesday live stream. And today we're going to be doing a free one card poll for everybody who's here. We usually do that for about 20 minutes before we move into our kind of main event of our donations, which we will check the list. I don't know that we have any donations yet. No, we are still sitting at no donations. So you do have a few moments or a few minutes actually to get those in if you are looking for a guaranteed reading today. And then we're going to be doing a free one card poll. Let's see let's do, yeah. Oh man, the answer is simple. I think are these cards. So we might as well get started. We have handful of people here. Feel free to put a like on the video if you feel so inclined. I don't know that the likes actually do anything, but I don't know. They look cooler than just having a big fat zero sitting there. So, whatever. All right. How is everybody? How are these eclipse energy, portal energies treating you? Because, oh my gosh, this world has lost its mind. Just the level of evil that is at play out there right now. I mean, we always knew evil was out there, but usually it was kind of hidden below the surface, but it's just on full display. Like people can't hide their true intentions, their true thoughts, their true feel, like it's all coming out. And if you are, not really connected to your true spirit, it's also coming out. Like people can see that coming a mile away if they have their spirit online. So it's kind of crazy out there right now. So how is everybody? Oh, Versha says she's going to donate. Hello, hello. All right. Well, yeah, we'll give you guys a few moments to check on in. And I think I'm hoping I did these timestamps last time. I always write them down, but then about half the time I forget to actually post them. It would be nice to post them. I will have to double check that later, make sure I did that. Yeah, so we are sitting at our Woo Woo Wednesday, but this is an amended schedule, meaning that we normally will meet here at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. But today we're meeting a little early, quite a bit early actually, because Wrigley has a football game. Boston has a private golf lesson. So just our evenings lately have been pretty busy. Boston's got marching band practice like 2 nights a week after school through about almost 5:30. So yeah, just like busy stuff going on in the evenings right now, but I do anticipate that slowing down closer to, I don't know, October, like end of October, toward the end of October, not early October, but toward the end of October, we may get our schedule back, and that may be October through early April is usually when we can really solidly meet at our 6 p.m. Mountain time slot, when we still have sports and all that fun stuff going on, but it's usually at different nights of the week that are not Wednesday night. Yeah, listening while I do chores. Wow, even more sports ball. Oh my gosh, right? No, Wrigley's involved currently. Again, I begged him. I'm like, are you sure you don't want to stop soccer early? Because he did say he wanted to stop doing soccer when he's in 6th grade. I'm like, are you sure? Like, you got a lot on your plate. He's doing flag football. We don't let him do tackle football. So, and that'll end in 7th grade. So he only has a few more years on that. So flag football for Wrigley, soccer for Wrigley, and golf for Wrigley. But golf for him is now only once a week instead of once a week plus twice a week every other week is how we would do that. So golf is kind of just one day a week, but we actually have it twice this week because they had to reschedule last Thursday's golf class because of thunderstorms. So we had it last night and we'll have it again Thursday. And Boston has a private golf lesson once a week now, kind of just through the season. Which 2 weeks ago it was on Monday. Last week it was Monday. This week it was Wednesday. This week it's Wednesday, so tonight. So I'm like, what do we have going on? Who needs to be where? Boston's also involved in like marching band and pep band and all that stuff for the football games. And he also wanted to do the University of Montana high school and Grizz, which is the college marching band. So he does that Saturday at that game. So it's like busy, busy, busy. Like there's no night of the week that I don't have something going on, and I'm just like, deep breaths, deep breaths. I got this. So I've actually been kind of slacking on. I did get a lot done actually. I mean, I haven't been slacking. There are days I'm like, I just need to be. I just need to sit. I just need to rest. I need to maybe catch up on some just fun reading for myself during the day because I know my evenings are so busy right now. And normally, well, not always normally, but a lot of the times I would work all day and then we'd maybe have one or two, maybe 3 nights a week where we have something, unless it's baseball. Then it's like every night except Friday. But now with Boston in high school, Wrigley's still doing his thing with wanting to sign up for everything. It's like every single night of the week is something. And then Saturday night this week we have well, it's my brother. I've got a lot of brother-in-laws. One of my brother-in-laws' birthday was yesterday, but we're celebrating it on Saturday. So, but that'll have to come after the college football game. So I'm like, and to this day, I went to the college here, the University of Montana. To this day, I've never attended one of the football games, like in the stadium. I've seen them on TV or whatever. I just have never cared or wanted to go. I don't like sitting out in the cold. Unless it's my kid out there on the field. I usually don't want to sit out there in the cold. But now that my kid is actually going to be out there at halftime performing with the marching band, he's going to be out on the field, at least for part of it. So I'm going to bite the bullet. We're going to go. Just waiting for the eclipse and equinox to pass. I am completely out. I don't know. I keep thinking, I either need to slow down and take a break or my body's going to do it for me because let me just tell you, just being busy constantly is draining. It's so draining. And, if it's one thing, if it's something like that you have to be a part of as far as, your brain is like doing all the calculating or the thinking, or if it's work, you're the one doing the work. But when it's your kids, it's kind of like you're chauffeuring them everywhere they need to be. And then there's a lot of waiting around. And then there's, it's my kid's turn to do whatever they're doing. And then a little more waiting around. And then, so it feels, it's a weird feeling. I don't know. It's fine, if it's a consistent sport. Like I love every other Sunday when they do their golf match for their Operation 36 because it's usually my husband and one of the kids on the cart. Let's just be honest, Wrigley always wants to ride with me. So it's usually me and Wrigley on a cart, Boston and Ryan on a cart. And I'm just like, okay, this is cool. We're chill. We're just going at the pace. They're hitting the ball. And then we go to where the ball landed, hit the ball again. And like, I can grind with that. I can keep up with that. But when it's, get here at this time, your kid has to be there like 45 minutes before the event starts, but then you have to get tickets to get into the event, find seats. Like it's a whole thing that it's just by the end of the day, I'm already like, I don't have any more spoons. And then you gotta dig deep in that drawer of spoons and find like the takeout spoons, the plastic spoons, the little, like the wonton soup spoon, like all the spoons that you're just like finding all the spoons that you may potentially have available. But then I'm not sleeping well, and just the transition of going from summer to fall is always really difficult. I think for me, much more difficult than school getting out and then them being home for the summer. Like that to me is a more fun, like, okay, yeah, let's vibe with this. Except this year, because there was so much going on right out of the gate of summer. I just feel like I've been in a whiplash basically since baseball started back at the beginning of April. That's truthfully how I feel. I'm just like, ah. And now that I have all this extra stuff going on, I'm like, how did I keep up with just having that job that I had from November through June, the job that I recently left? I'm like, there's no way I could work all of that and do all of this stuff for my kids and try to keep some semblance of order around my house. and still do my live streams, one-on-one readings with people. I'm like, there's no way I can fit any more in. Like, just no way. So yeah, I am grateful that I had that job, but also grateful that right now I don't have to focus on that because there's just no time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Remember that lady? Ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for these energies to just kind of simmer down as well. I mean, thankfully, nothing's bad, nothing's wrong. It's all good, it's all great. It's just a lot, you know? It's just like you're on like Mach 5 and you kind of want to be like, I want to pass out and just go to sleep and actually get a good night's sleep, but then like I can't shut my brain off at night and I'm just like, oh. But you know, there's it's the season of life that we're in right now, and I know it won't always be this busy. And then I know when my boys are both like out of the house and onto their next endeavor, adulthood, that I'm gonna be like, there's nothing to do. Cricket, cricket, cricket. You know. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna get into it's 11:11 on my little timer there. We're gonna go ahead and get into a free one card pull for everybody who's here. So if you were hoping to get in on the free one card pull, why not just put an 11:11 in the chat? 11:11 in the chat, and we will get you a free one card pull. And then we will start in on the donation list, which I think Versha did mention she wanted to donate. I don't know that that's come through yet, but we will check in a bit. And then I think after we do the one card pull, I will go get my water because I'm already like, I'm so thirsty. I've just been so thirsty lately. Okay, here we go. Brandy Lynn is the first one I see. Oh, no worries, Versha. You're good. I just want to make sure I wasn't missing anything yet. Okay, here we go for Brandy Lynn. What does Brandy Lynn need to know? She finally made it to a poll. Yes, you did. Here we go. And we have detox, and we have, every time I pull this card, which is not often, but I always think of like wheatgrass, like those wheatgrass shots you used to have to take, like, oh, you're super healthy. I've never had one in my life, but look at me talking like I think I know what I'm talking about. But this is like, we have a martini glass, which, we think alcoholic beverage. I know you can drink other things out of a martini glass, but I don't think I've ever even drank out of a martini glass. But what I'm getting with this is there may be just some vices, I won't even say wasted time, but how as moms we're like, oh, well, I just wasted time doing this or wasted time doing that. There may be some things that you normally would quote unquote waste time on that you're kind of what's the word? Like re-allotting that time, or just kind of reallocating. That's the word I'm looking for. You're reallocating that time to something that's going to be much better served for your highest good, your family's highest good, all these things. And then the detox here is really coming in as not so much getting rid of things that you already have so much as just kind of just deciding, okay, here's the line. I don't want to go over it. It's like moderation is key kind of energy. It's not like there's a full-on detox that needs to happen. I don't really get that vibe here. It's just more of a, I'm kind of, consciously and maybe even subconsciously aware, that something needs a shift here, or maybe I can just go to bed a little bit earlier or pull back a little bit on this one thing I'm doing and allot that time to something that's going to be better served for my mental health, my happiness, my family's wellness, all the things. So that's really the main message coming through for that. All right, let's see. Up next, we have Michelle. Welcome, Michelle. Good to see you today. All right, message for Michelle in alignment with her true spirit. What does Michelle need to know? And we have here, stick with it. And I do love this, especially with that kind of recent reading that we did for you. It's just, that kind of slow and steady energy is like, yeah, I would love to be where I want to be already, but like, no, I can be patient. I can keep going. I can show up every day and make that little bit of progress, because it's all adding up. And then the number 44 here, it's like double stability. It's creating really nice, double solid foundation for you to build something that's really going to benefit you into the future, to where even if you do have a kind of setback, or you just aren't feeling it for a few weeks or what have you, you just need a break. when you do go back to it, it's not going to feel like beginning all over again or starting all over again. It's going to be very much in alignment with, okay, I had my break. Now I'm so ready to hit it hard again, or, get up to that line, but not cross it. Like that's coming back through from your reading previously. Knowing where the line is, and those days that you should push yourself, just pushing yourself just a bit over the line, but not so far that, you overdo it. But then those days where you don't need, you can go up to the line, but not over it. And then you just start to back off of that line. Again, this is where your intuition is really going to be helpful in knowing where it is. But don't give up. Keep going. You're making progress. Steady, slow and steady progress. All right, Divyansha, let's get you a reading, my dear, in alignment with your true spirit. And I apologize if you can hear this little thing. Oh, and the window screen is just sitting down here randomly. Don't ask me why. He must have knocked it down when he was trying to adjust things. And he's got some totes stacked over here and his record player, so I don't really want to adjust this right now. I will deal with it later. Anywho, here we go. For Divyansha in alignment with her true spirit. And we have here, accept love. And even though we as people can be very loving people, it can be one of the hardest things for us to actually accept love, not only from others, but also from ourselves. And a lot of times we can feel like our own worst critic or our own worst enemy, and that voice in our head that we think is us, like berating us or beating ourselves up, technically and actually is not us. It is a lot of times just that kind of collective subconscious soup of programming that a lot of humans are like, born guilty, born sinners, all this stuff that's just been programmed into us and then passed down through many, many generations of DNA and beliefs that shows up. And then we think that's us. So this really is about getting through anything that feels like a resistance or negative, you're not doing enough, you aren't enough, all these things, and just allowing that love to flow, not only from yourself, but also from others. And then allowing others, when you're accepting others' love, it's going to be more of a two-way street where they're also accepting your love. So there's one specific person in your life, Divyansha, it's really highlighting that no matter how many times you've tried to love them or tell them how much they mean to you or how amazing they are, they just can't hear it. They're just not in the mindset to be able to hear that lovely, positive message that you have to share with them. And also this could even be your own, that inner critic that, we think is us, but it's actually not even us. Listening below that energy, way below that surface, to that voice that is more subtle, but it's definitely just very supportive, very loving, always there, always listening, always observing, always present. And that is who you truly are. So just learning, it's a process. It's not something that just happens, that we just one day wake up and we're able to love ourselves. We're able to love others. And it is a process. Like that's what's really coming through here, but you're going to be finding out coming up, Divyansha, that it's going to be easier to accept love, not only from yourself, but from others. And then for others to accept that love that you have to give to them. All right. What do we have next? We have Versha. All right. So we have blow off some steam. So this is like releasing, letting go, purging, decluttering, emotional release, all of the things that have been going on. And we have the number 60. There we go. We can see it better there. The number 60, which 6 is that number of balance, moderation, self-love, self-care. So in the process of blowing off steam, this is about getting back on track. We got a train track here. We have a little rabbit kind of running off. It's like, I could follow this rabbit hole of like thought spiral or, my life is this, and like spiral negatively on that. Or you can get back on like the spiritual track, and just start to go full steam ahead because you're releasing the red flags. They kind of have red and yellow. You can kind of see them. There we go. You can kind of see the red and yellow flags. But to me, red is very much root chakra, reactionary, can be intense anger with people. This could be coming from just stuff that you've pushed down that's ready to come up and be released. But then you've got that stripe of yellow going through the middle, which is very solar plexus. It's about standing your ground, or your self-esteem, your confidence, knowing your self-worth. Like that's a lot of that is really pulled up through that solar plexus chakra. So, and then you add the red and yellow together and you get an orange, which is the sacral chakra. So it's almost like kind of piggybacking, or it's not piggybacking, leapfrogging over that sacral energy, because it's like we don't even need to go there right now. It's more about that like righteous anger. Like that's what I'm hearing, is righteous anger that can bubble up to help you with your self-worth. And there may be some, maybe more negative emotions that can come up, that you can allow that to go, so that you can really feel deeper into this sense of self-worth. All right, let's get a card in alignment with your true spirit. Here we go for Marlene. And welcome, Marlene. Good to see you. All right. Oh, we have reach out. We have the number 28, which adds up to a 10, which adds up to a 1. There's a new beginning. That this does feel like someone from your past. They could still be in your life now, but it's just been a minute, or you've been busy, or life doing what it does. It gets busy, and then we feel bad that we haven't called that friend or whatever. But yeah, there may be someone you've been thinking about, and this can be someone you even talked to the other day, but maybe there's a specific conversation that you're wanting to have with this person that you're like, is it the right time? Is it the right time? Well, now is going to be the time. Here, I see within about the next 2 weeks, there's going to be an opportunity for you to have a heartfelt conversation with someone who's already in your life, that you talk to all the time, but just to have that deeper connection, that deeper conversation. There's going to be a moment or 2 or 3 or 5 coming up that you can have that. And again, sorry about my lighting here today. It's not helping. There we go. But yeah, it's very much about a new beginning. And it's interesting too. I can't ignore the symbolism of kind of just that inner child healing that's coming in with this as well. Reach out to your own inner child through meditation, through daydreaming, through just that setting that intention that I'm going to connect to my inner child and do some healing, or just, as I like to call it, peeling, because there's really nothing to heal. It's just forgetting all the things that we aren't, just forget all that stuff that you're not, and remember who you actually are. That's the true root of what healing, I guess they try to package it as this thing, like you gotta do all this work, and yeah, it does feel like a never-ending work, but really the truth of healing is just remembering who you actually are, and it allows all the false masks, the false identities, the false selves, the ego type stuff to just kind of start to melt away, and you realize in your true divinity who you are. So there could be an element of inner child healing that you're doing as well, Marlene. All right. So let's get one for Kashvi. Oops, we just jumped. All right, there we are. Okay, here we go for Kashvi. Woo! You would not believe that. Well, it's funny because we just got Versha's card again. It came out in reverse. I don't know how that happened. And then we had the reach out card that we just had for Marlene. For Kashvi. So it may be, Versha, brace yourself. It may be that she is lashing out potentially. And it's not because of the steam you're blowing off that she's picking that up. I mean, there could be a bit of crossover or a bit of cross-contamination, if you will. But this really does feel like it is originating within Kashvi, that there may be some strong emotions coming up. And instead of blowing up at somebody, mom, dad, people at school, this is about finding a healthy way to reach out and talk about how you're feeling, Kashvi, without making it a big thing, or pointing the blame at someone else or something like that. So this really is a message of, finding healthier and more sustainable ways to deal with big emotions that come up, rather than feeling really angry and then your mom asks, hey, what do you want for dinner? And you're like, I don't care, I don't know. It has nothing to do with your mom or whoever. It's more the emotions you're feeling. You don't want to allow that to spill onto everybody else. It's like a reactionary kind of energy. So this really is about, if you are having trouble even pinpointing, like, why do I feel like this? Or I don't know why I feel like this, or, what the case may be, you can always, I know your mom's always right there, ready to help you if you have any concerns. And if there's anything going on at school that your mom needs to know about or anything, of course, she's always going to be there listening and wanting to help you. All right. So let's see. We have S for S. Message for S. Ooh, we have here. Give yourself the best. This is a very big ego card right here. I mean, could that person's hair get any bigger? You know how they say, "Oh, you have such a big ego, you have such a big head." That's kind of what this is showing here. But we have the number 58, which adds up to a 13, which adds up to a 4. So it's almost like feeling like you need to prove yourself to others. Like that's what's coming across is almost him feeling like he has to prove himself to others. So he'll buy these expensive things or try to upgrade this or flash around with that to try to impress other people. It's not even that he actually wants these things or has the desire for any of these things. It's just that he has to like prove himself or keep up with other people in the community or oh, and Versha, you were talking something recently about him wanting to like replace all this furniture because the other stuff wasn't good enough anymore or something. That's really in alignment with what's going on here. And it really does feel like the ego just clutching onto the very worldly type things that it can really just sink its claws into is what this feels like. Yeah, it's very much 3D kind of stuff because the ego doesn't want to dip into anything other than the 3D. It just wants to stay solidly in the 3D because that's what it knows. That's where its realm, that's its playground. And this is actually saying you're maybe indulging just a bit too much in that ego playground and need to dip into the spirit, which we know this about S. Has great access to a whole new spirit that's come in. And it's like, no, I'd rather just grip to the surface of all of this. So you may notice him doubling down with, we need a new this, we need a new that, we need to upgrade this thing, upgrade that thing. This needs to be cleaner. This needs to be this needs to, and it's all about impressing other people. Not even him, not even you, not even Kashfi, not even the family. It's like external people to the family. I mean, it could be extended family, sure, but yeah, it's about impressing other people or trying to control the perception other people have of him, of his family, of his home, that kind of stuff. All right. All right. So Val's Starseed. Let's get Val's Starseed a card. All right. Anything Val Starseed needs to know in alignment with the true spirit. All right, here we go. Ooh, we have a change of scenery here. So you're definitely on the move. There's something changing. There's a creative solution here. We have the number 12, which adds up to a 3. So there's a creative solution. And there may even be, because what this is reminding me of, you're kind of between phases. So she's like stuck between kind of it really does look like a fall or kind of summer going into fall, but then this would be the gap where fall or autumn time is, which we are almost into autumn time. The autumn equinox is in like 3 or 4 days. It's very close at hand. So it's like you're finding yourself in the gap right now, but by winter, you're going to be more solidly stable and you won't have to change scenery so much or kind of be in transit is what this feels like. So also, there may be some sort of fun new experience that you're doing, just something completely new, completely fresh, just to get everybody's morale up, feeling good, connecting as a family, that kind of thing. But yeah, I see by the fall, kind of going into the winter time, things are going to be much more stable and secure for you. All right. Long story short, I'm making some final refinements to my schedule and diet. I got to email you sometime and let you know what I've been up to. I would love that, Brandy Lynn. I miss our little accountability check-ins. That's so fun. Yeah, I really want to get back to writing, but as you know, been so busy with everything else. Where's the time to write? I mean, let's be fair. I could write during the day between doing other things, but I'm just so exhausted that it doesn't, writing is not sparking joy at this moment, but thinking about certain scenes and stuff, I'm like, I know I'm going to get to it. I know I'm going to get back to it. It's just a matter of when things slow down a little bit, I can get back to it. Yeah. Oh, you're so welcome. And you're so welcome as well, Michelle. Anytime. Oh, you did that last night and in the morning. Let my stuff out. Oh, in front of S. And today I did a meditation to let it all go. All the men in my life who hurt me, giving back their baggage to them, their toxic energy to them, as well. Remove cords. There you go. That's perfect. All right. So we have a few more. I think I started, I think I started around the 11-minute mark, but we have about 3 to 5 minutes. So I might just have to make these last ones super quick, okay? That way I can try to scrunch everyone in here before we have to go to our donations. But let's get Linda a card. Ooh, Linda gets 2 cards. We have Thank God and Take a Breather. Well, this one here is giving kind of vacation vibes a little bit, but like almost like I got stranded on a desert island kind of thing. But what I'm really getting with this one is an answered prayer that previously went unanswered. And there's some major change. We have the 55 here, double vibration of change. So there's some major life changes that are going to feel like a godsend, a blessing, an answered prayer, something like this. And it may literally be with this combination that you're getting some sort of break or time off. I'm hearing like much needed time off. And even if you've had time off, this feels more centered around you and your wellness, your health, your self-development, your spirituality, creativity, just being able to live the life that you want rather than the life that's kind of been living you, or you kind of getting tossed to the waves of life and having to deal with it. This is more you in the driver's seat, of course, like co-piloting with spirit, to be able to live the life or create or manifest the life that you're hoping to do or to be living and to have and to nurture. But a break is definitely in the stars. And we have the 17, which is the star card. Big changes are coming that are going to feel like a wish fulfillment, like a dream come true. It doesn't even have to be anything huge. It can just be just the energy shifts and you're just feeling more at peace with the way that your life is because of these changes that you've made, or the changes that are kind of happening now are actually leading to a more stable and peaceful future. It may not feel like it right yet, but it will eventually lead there. All right. So I really got to hurry up. I got to hurry up. Starfall. Welcome, welcome. Let's get you a card. We got to quicken this up. I'm sorry. I just like to go and go and go. Listen to the music. So this is about taking time to pause, to really listen to the music, stop and smell the roses, that kind of vibe. We have the number 19 here, which adds up to a 1. This is big. This is big stuff. So there's a new beginning that just you getting present in the moment and maybe even grounding a future timeline by visualizing what it is you're hoping to manifest or create, and then taking a now moment to really ground that reality in. You're going to have a new beginning, or a new opportunity is definitely coming your way, but you're going to need to just take some time to breathe and be rather than do, go, go, go. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Call my energy, power back, all of them. Not interested in working with them. The old version of me is changing. Yeah, I am presence. My dad, brother, S, and 3 more. Yeah. Letting go of false beliefs and identities are on my checklist. Love it. Awesome. Okay. I feel it's a hormonal changes going on inside her. I am so out with my own body. I am not able to support her. And it feels like that. That's the thing. As a mom, we think, well, I'm so maxed out. There's no way I can support. But literally just you being there is like a grounding anchor for her. Even if you can't give her that one-on-one, undivided, full support that you can give her when you're doing your absolute best, you're still doing the absolute most by just being there for her. And you'll realize this later. But for now, you may feel like I'm dropping the ball with her because I can barely take care of myself. No, you're fine. You're fine. She's fine. Everything's going to be fine. I know it sounds so trite right now, but it will. It will. Yeah. Oh, interestingly, he was shown the ego pattern in his joint family, which he dismissed. I did so many healing on him, removing the core, siphoning his energy, inner child, 12 to 13-year-old. Oh, yeah. Oh, Jess is here. Hello, Jessa. And happy birthday to Genevieve. I was going to text her and wish her happy birthday, and then I got sidetracked this morning. All right, here we go. For Solar Siren. Ooh, you get 2. Change of scenery and tell the truth. And I'm getting like a clear cut, like, what do you want? And I'm hearing that from that line from The Notebook when Ryan Gosling's like, what do you want? And basically, I can't remember her name in the show or in the movie, but she's like, I don't know. I think she says, I don't know what I want. So this is about getting like crystal clear, like what is it you want? Because you're closing out a cycle and you're about to step into something new because you're changing scenery. Again, you may have fallen in the gap right now. And remember those commercials from the 90s, Fall Into the Gap commercials? It's like, fall into the gap. You've been in the gap for a minute now, hun. And it's about time that if you can tell the truth about what you want your future to look like, those pieces are going to start falling into place, or those scenes are going to come together and be able to allow you to finally step into this new path, this new opportunity, move forward. I love that. I wish we could keep going and going, but we gotta go. I'm already like 6-7 minutes over the time, but let's just do quick readings for everybody that's got an 1111 out there. All right, Brianna, let's get you a card. All right, we have the reach out cards. There may be someone you're reaching out to. Again, this could be very inner child coded if we really look at the symbolism here, or just someone who's younger than you in the family, friend of family, whatever. This does feel like someone from your past that you kind of went separate ways with. You've been thinking about this person a lot. And even if you don't plan to reach out, like literally, let me write you a letter, let me send you a text, let me whatever, just energetically, you're like closing that chapter. You're allowing yourself the closure that you didn't get before, because a new beginning is going to come from that. So very, very cool. Nothing new that you said, but he is in denial. I am fed up. I told him yesterday, either we separate or just live as people sharing a house, period. This is impacting my health in all forms. Yeah, you're in a really difficult situation. Doesn't make it easy at all. Yeah. Oh no, you're fine. You're fine, Val Starseed. No worries. I do feel the gap. We are waiting for our house move. Oh, there you go. Yeah, well, it looks like it's coming. It's coming soon. Oh, yay! You had your consultation with the root canal and he didn't think it necessary. We'll go back in a few weeks. I knew it. I knew they're going to be like, wait a second. Or like the opinion, I'm like thinking also second opinion, because I was thinking the opinion you got first isn't going to gel. It's not going to follow through. It's not going to continue. So, oh, that's such great news. I love it. Bearsha's donated for 2 full reads. Yes, I will timestamp. Oh, I'm so relieved for you, Linda, because, I mean, no one wants to go get a root canal on the best days, but, like, especially when you don't want to get one, like, it's the worst. I mean, I did see that if you had to do it, it would turn out fine. Like, you'd be fine, but it's just better not to have to do it, right? I love that. And you think, oh, they told me I need a root canal. Like, everyone else is going to say the same thing because it must be really bad, right? But like, no, you're good. You're good to go. Oh, that's so exciting. All right. Well, let me just check my donation list since we have reached the end. Oh, I appreciate you as well, Val Starcy. Thank you so much. Yes. And you're welcome as well, Starfall. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for hanging out with us. Okay. So yes, we have, okay, so we're starting out with Marlene with a 1-card pull. It's never 1 card, but you know how I do. And then we have 2 full reads for Versha. Okay. And you guys, I did say, not the last live stream, but the one before, that I've just been like getting longer and longer and longer winded with the readings. So I think to help myself stay on track today, I'm going to set a timer. We'll keep the 1 cards basically a mini read, and then the full read, double to maybe triple of what a 1-card pull would be. And if it's usually me, it's usually quadruple the amount. But anyhow, I digress. Let's go to my timer. But go ahead, Marlene, post your question. And that is a calculator. That is not my timer. What am I doing? All right. So I may really quickly run and go grab my water. I'm just so thirsty. And I think I filled it enough. But if I didn't, I might need to fill it. So I might be like 2 minutes tops. I might be quicker than that. I can't remember if I filled it or not. I know I filled it at least a little bit because our sprinklers run in the morning and then our water pressure dips down to almost nothing. So I like filled it before I left for school, but I can't remember if when I got back, when the sprinklers were done, if I filled it more. I can't remember now. I will be right back. So go ahead and post your question, Marlene, and we'll get right into it for you. right, I did need to fill it. I forgot I drank the rest of it. So we filled her up. Okay. So, you like these styling glasses? Those funny. 21 Pilots inspired there. All right. So, Marlene would like a general anything she needs to hear right now. Hydration check. Yes, ma'am. I receive your healthy boundaries. I love it. All right. For Marlene. Oh, yeah. I was going to start my timer just so I keep on track today. We're going to go there. Okay. Here we go. All right. So for Marlene, anything she needs to hear. Ooh, we have to say thank you. So there's this element of gratitude specifically around things going on with stability, security, your home, that kind of stuff. Yeah, this could even be gratitude that's coming out as a result of a new opportunity coming your way. Let's see more about this opportunity. Let's go to the tarot. What is this new opportunity coming for Marlene? Well, this one wants to come out King of Wands. Very interesting. This guy is dressed similar. I mean, not exact, but similar. They both have a yellow tie. Well, I guess this one's more orange, but lighting is lighting. But yeah, orangish yellow tie in both. Very interesting. Yeah, this is like divine masculine, but then there's like the Two of Wands going on with this King of Wands as well. Two of Wands is about making plans, maybe deciding on a new direction or a new plan, a game plan, a business plan. This could be very much a business. Something to do with wanting to go a new direction in business. Potentially having to do with something your husband's involved in, and then you're kind of more of a support rather than like the main driver of this. It could even be his YouTube channel, something with his YouTube channel. But just you being there to support him through, his regular job, YouTube, whatever else he's doing, that is you doing a significant amount to help him out. Because you're acting almost as that, divine feminine portal through which all of this manifestation energy and creative energy comes. And then just him being in your vicinity, you being supportive of him, it creates that beautiful dynamic. And then we have the Tower in reverse. I love this. So this is like more of an internal tower. And I'm now shifting the energy to you, focused on you. Something where maybe something was, because we're talking about stability here. Very interesting about the stability. And then, Tower in reverse is about recreating or finding the source of your own inner stability, because maybe things have gone off the rails a bit here or there. And this does kind of a bit feel like an extension of your, the one card pull that we just did as well, of you being able to create some new stability from within after some shifts are made. There's some shifts coming. And this does feel very much like a collective shift, but we're all going to, of course, experience any collective kind of shift in our own unique way, an individual way. Yeah, so this definitely feels like a shift for the better between you and your husband. And just being able to work together, like either as business partners, as just partners in life, co-parents, all these things, where you're parenting children together. Oh, that is loud. Apologies. Let's get one more. The timer was like, okay, let's wrap this up. Like, okay, we're going. Yeah, anything else Marlene needs to know? Anything else she needs to know? All right, we have the harp with great happiness. Yeah, and that's very much, Tower in reverse. This is leading, happiness really is an inside job. That's what this is saying, because there is so much change coming, but for the better. This is change you guys are implementing. This is not just some random thing coming out of left field to change your lives. No, these are things you've already set in motion, changes you want to make, steps you want to take toward your, next big thing in life, whatever that may be for you too. But really all it's doing is leading to even more happiness. I mean, road bumps and arguments and things can happen along the way. That doesn't mean that, the whole thing gets derailed, but there is this element of gratitude that you're bringing to this whole thing that you guys are going to be able to look back on your life, 3, 5, 10 years from now and be like, wow, that's when everything started really happening for us. Very cool. Yes, gratitude of what we have was on my mind yesterday. We had a little bit of a slightly heated conversation yesterday. Oh, me and my husband, yeah. And then about growth in every area of our life. Just wanted to make sure we are on the same page. It was triggering conversation for both of us. Yeah, I do see sometimes, just to get things out in the open is good, and then you can have those conversations and figure it out. And then look what's on the back of the deck. Aw, the sun. So yeah, of course, it may have gotten a bit heated, but the sun is hot. It burns sometimes. But in all essence, in tarot, the sun is a good thing. Even if it's in reverse, but it's not. It's still a good thing. So this is leading ultimately to happiness. So any, negativities or bumps and bruises that kind of come along the way, not literally, but the bumps and bruises of life, um, they're really shaping up to bring this greater happiness for both of you. All right. So let me take a quick drink. I am so thirsty today. Okay, let's reset our timer. Okay, I will set it momentarily, but get to email before I push start. Okay, all right, here we go. All right. So I was experiencing a lot of digestive issues related to my childhood. So Kay decided to do the 72-hour fast. Uh, so I opted it last night. Very small piece of avocado, but I feel it was a lot. So now I'm unsure what to have next. I did feel pain come up, so I had to had some fennel seed tea. Now I'm going to try 1 spoon of homemade yogurt. The thing in God, I cannot read today. The thing is the plain pain was so horrible. Oh man, that I am very scared. Not eating was much better than eating. My question is what to eat next. Asked about another piece of avocado in the evening. So, what to have? I am so worn out that I don't know what to eat. I am open to take maybe a small piece of homemade paneer. I hope I'm saying that right. Or maybe 1 spoon of steamed spinach with salt. This was exhausting. I feel like giving up or just going to the doctor. And I know the doctor might not have a way out. Please help me, spirit. I surrender. Oh my gosh. Yes. Let's get into this. See what's going on here. All right. So I'm seeing to keep things, yeah, much more like a lot of the stuff that you're setting up as a potential. I'm seeing like a green light for all of those. Like none of those things would be bad for you. And what I'm seeing is actually the pain that this has caused is not even has a physical root. This is very much having to do with the healing that you've done. But yeah, I'm seeing if you can even just do some sort of like a liquid diet, I'm seeing like a bone broth as well. That can be nourishing, but still feel like I'm not like filling myself up and now I'm having pain. You can just kind of sip it as you go, just get some, you can already get it pre-made if you don't even want to make it, or you can make your own bone broth. And it's got a lot of really good things in it for helping your good gut bacteria, especially once you've been fasting. Your good gut bacteria is like rising to the occasion. So let's get some guidance, information, wisdom, advice. All right. Yeah, it's interesting because the Page of Swords is kind of like, let's get this going, let's get the show on the road. But at the same time, the King of Pentacles is like, no, we have time. We're gonna build this foundation. It's fine. So it's almost like I better eat something, but then I don't know what to eat. And then it's like, no matter what's going on here, you're going to figure it out. Your body is literally healing itself from past trauma, past wounds, and then just, from the standard American diet or just the amount of junk they spray in the air, put in the water, put in the food, put in the medications. So your body really is in a form of detox right now as well. And that can become difficult. It's like damned if we do, damned if we don't. We try to do never had it before. The vegetable broth reacted for me. Oh, interesting. Yeah, and again, it does feel very much like this is like an internal energetic healing that's taking place, but then it's going to give you these like physical symptoms. And of course, when you have a fast that long, you do have that bad bacteria dying off, and that can, when you start to reintroduce food, sometimes those digestive issues can be intense, can be interesting. But I'm seeing that you did the very best thing and you followed that guidance of your spirit to do this longer fast. And that was in your best interest. So don't feel like just because this time that you did this, that if you ever do it again, you're going to get the same exact result as far as, when you start refeeding again, that you're going to have these extremes like pain and all that. You're not. This is very much associated with the very specific healing that was done. Literally the healing card. Yes. But look at it, it says all aboard, which it's time for a new chapter. But look, it's like she's got some baggage here, so to speak. We can consider this just the extraneous that our body holds on to that is kind of making this a bit difficult. It's again, it's energetic, it's spiritual, it's physical, it's all kind of just one big amalgamation. So let's get your advice. What is the advice for Versha with all of this? Eating, moving forward, being able to not be in pain, not being exhausted. Oh, we have 10 of Wands. Yeah, it's not going to get worse than it is right now as far as the pain and all that. And it says, why make things so much more difficult than they need to be? All right, let's see if this is about specifically the food. Okay, 7 of Wands. Okay. It's interesting because when you do something like a fast, that is you stepping into a higher authority for yourself because it is allowing you a higher or more of an access to your true self, your true spirit, whatever you want to call that aspect of yourself, your I am presence. And of course, that I won't say it leaves you vulnerable, but when we are looking to make a change, it kind of lets for lack of a better word, entities, principalities, whatever we want to call these controllers here on this planet and off planet, it kind of sends them the signal that, hey, they're trying to better themselves. We got to come in and kick them while they're down. And that's kind of what happened here. And it's not to say that don't ever do this again, because then they'll just come in and do it again. No, because every time you do this and overcome, you're gaining strength. You're gaining connection to your I am. You're building something that they cannot tear down. They may give you the illusion that they're tearing it down, or like, oh, I can't fast again that extended because I'm going to be in pain. There are so many things that, especially they're feeding, because you're not eating or wanting to eat, they're feeding you things through your mind, and they're hoping you hook onto it and then start to get in fear about, oh, well, if I eat again, it's going to be painful. Or if I do this, it's going to hurt. My whole body already hurts. Like it's going to get, so there's some mental chatter that they're looping into for you. Let's see. Any closing statements, arguments, advice, wisdom, guidance that needs to come through? Yes, because you gain so much spiritual clarity when you fast, especially an extended fast, like a 3-day fast, that it even says, in the Bible, whether you want to take this as a great assault or not, but Jesus even said in the Bible that, you fast, you can literally cast out demons, because you're allowing a lot of the physical, I will die on this hill to say that parasites in our body are literal demons. Like, they are demons, and that's how demons can get in and control. If a demon or if a parasite can control what you eat to keep your body stuck, to keep you in a lower vibration, is that not demonic? Like, I mean, let's think of it as like the base core of what it is. But yeah, it says, when in doubt, your first gut feeling can always be trusted, especially as far as like what foods to reinstitute when you're going back in. Yeah, psychic attacks are rampant as well. I got in my dream the other night, I got, this weapon thing in the ankle. So the feet attacks are on and popping in my dreams and in real life for me. I rolled my ankle the other day. I got in the foot, like in the ankle in my dream, and I saw all the blood like oozing out. And it's about trying to keep someone stuck, not being able to move forward. Yeah, tonight a piece of homemade cottage cheese will be good. Yeah, trust your intuition. Like you don't need any external guidance. I mean, of course, validation or just like reassurance, I guess, but you already know what to do. Yeah, you already know what to do. Yeah, the baggage that you're letting go of feels more physical. it's a remnant from the energetic that you already let go of that's now being processed to be purged. And it can be frustrating because you've already done the work. You've already sloughed off what's no longer you. It's just it takes a lot longer for the physical aspect of you to catch up. So that's what's happening now is creating a bit of pain, a lot of discomfort, all of this type of stuff. Saw a lot of my I am presence come into me. Yeah. Closing argument, closing statement. Four Pentacles. Treat yourself to something shiny every now and again. I'm like, I always like to pull a clarifier with the Four of Pentacles because it's very dualistic card. We have a clarifier, the Hermit. There are some things that must be done on your own. You have that guidance. We had the High Priestess right before this, and then to come out of treat yourself to something shiny every now and again. This could be, it doesn't have to be shiny. This is whatever it is that your soul, your body, your essence is calling for at this time. To be able to trust your intuition on what your body's craving, give it what it's craving. Of course, you know, things that aren't toxic. That's, of course, always what you're doing. Giving yourself the best and trusting that intuition. Yeah, I know I have a I felt like having a cucumber piece right now, but I stopped. It was like, no, I have to eat yogurt. Yeah. And you'll know, like, you'll just know in the moment. And even if you like spent time making something and then sat down to eat it and you're just like, no, not feeling it now, trust yourself. And don't think that because you trusted yourself earlier to make this thing and now you don't want to eat it, that you messed up somewhere. No, it's all information. You're just getting information. Yeah, you have done so much, right? I know. It feels really like a never ending. And it's like a can of worms. It's like once you get started, you just see all these other things that need to be healed or peeled or cleansed or cleared. And it's relentless and it's exhausting. It's exhausting. So big hugs to you, Versha, because this job is not for the weak. It really isn't. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting because I'm seeing a lot of like liquid foods or foods that have a lot of liquid, like you know, cucumbers have a lot of liquid, you know, that kind of thing. Something that's already got like that H3 water or H3O water or whatever it's called when you get your water from your food. Um, of course, that are as organic and as healthy as possible. And of course, you can trust your own intuition on that. Like if you're having to go to the store and pick out specific things, you'll just intuitively know what to get. And I know that's not like a straight up answer, but like that's the good news is you already have all the answers within. You just need to remember, you know, that's the hardest part is to learn to trust ourselves again. Yeah. Raylene just told me I have a root origin fracture. Oh my gosh. But think of it this way too, Versha. At the heart and spirit of who you truly are, nothing could ever be in disrepair or fractured or fractaled in any way because in your true form, outside of this matrix, you are whole and complete and perfection. So really, if you're spending all this money for fracture repairs, it's fracture repairs within the matrix. You can override all of that by just connecting to your I am that exists outside this matrix, and you're whole and complete in that area, in that dimension, that time, that space, that reality, that lifetime, whatever we want to call that. Just living, breathing divinity that you are could never be fractured. It's only the illusion of fracture, or, you know, maybe it literally, like in this reality, you know, you cut off the tip of your finger. In this reality, it's gone. But energetically speaking, if we were to read the energy of my hand, it's still there. I know it's a mind effort to try to wrap your head around, like, what does this even mean? But at your true core, true essence, true spirit, I am presence, there is nothing fractured, there's nothing broken, there's nothing damaged about you. It's just thinking all these things that have piled up to make us feel like a victim, feel like we're damaged, feel like we're broken, and sloughing all of that away to remember who we truly are. Yeah, maybe I will have some cucumber in the night. And again, if you can't like stomach the actual cucumber, one really refreshing thing you can do is just put some slices of cucumber in your water. So it kind of gives it the taste of the cucumber without giving you all the pulp of, you know, then giving your body something to digest and it kind of creating that upset. Because, you know, there's nothing scary or wrong about not being able to eat for a few days. I mean, it can feel scary because that's not normal for you probably to go so long without eating, but, your body's in a major healing or peeling kind of detox process right now. So there's really, I mean, a person that's got, like even me, I probably have, I don't know, 15, 18 extra pounds that I would like to lose to kind of be in my happy place. Um, and I could go days and days and days and days and days without food and be all right because I have that 15 to 18 pounds of extra kind of storage. Plus, I mean, there's more than that, but like I like to have a little bit of extra storage, but not, 15 to 18 pounds above where I like to be. So my body could just use that as fuel for days and days and days and days and days, maybe even months. But I don't want to stretch it months or anything. But and I'm sure you don't either. But um, it's going to be interesting, because a lot of times we're just constantly digesting, 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 not just like mentally, but like physically. And when you give your body time to just process what's happened, by giving it a break from digestion, when you do reinstitute something again, it does almost feel like a whiplash, or it can be. And think I did send you a video about how to break a fast, especially like a 3-day fast with Dr. Mindy. Dr. Gundry might also have some information, or Dr. Berg. I know you were taking his supplement or whatever. I think they all three have really great information. I've personally never made it 3 days, and like that's a goal of mine. So like, bravo, lady, you did it. That's awesome. Yeah, I would love to be able to do a extended fast. Like I made it 18 hours today, and then I'm like, no, I need to. I've just been I need to get back to it to do my intermittent fasting in a more stable way because I'm kind of all over the place with it when I shouldn't be. But I was doing so well with it back in the day, and I was doing the whole fasting to your hormone cycle, and I was feeling great about it. But it's weird because when I'm supposed to be fasting, I don't want to fast. And when I'm supposed to not fast, that's when I feel like fasting. So there's part of me that it's like, do I trust the literature or do I just listen to my body? So maybe I'll just listen to my body and just scrap all the literature about you can only fast on these cycle days and this and that and whatever. Because weirdly enough, they say you don't want to, you want to do like a hormone feasting rather than a hormone fasting. Um, like during ovulation times, like the day or two leading up to ovulation, ovulation day, and then the day after. But weirdly enough, I have so much energy and just ready to go during that time that I don't want to eat. Like I'm good. I think I need to listen to my body. Yeah, because I'm like, well, I'm not supposed to. And then I like gaslight myself. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna throw the book away of all the stuff I think I know as far as like when to do whatever and just do it when my body's like, okay, now's the time. Let's do this thing. Yeah. And for years and years and years, like I just was intermittent fasting, doing kind of the 16-8 intermittent fasting just naturally. Just naturally. Like that's what my body loves to do consistently. I'm closer right now to probably a 14 whatever, 14-10, I think that would be. Um, but I want to get back to closer to like a 16-8. Just that's just naturally where I was for years. And then I started doing this to the whole thing, and it was working so well until I just decided to just, well, we're so busy, like I can't even eat right. And like I need to stop making excuses and get back to good, you know? Jessa says, "Preach." I fast when my body forces me to. Yeah, and I'm kinda that's what I do as well. Like, those times I get really sick and I just don't I'm weird, though. Most of the time when I get really ill, I still can eat. Like, I could eat. Like, I could always eat. But there have been a few handful of times in my life where, no, appetite just yanked right out from under me. But for the most part, I'd say 99.99999% of the time, like, if food's offered, I'm like, "I could eat." Like I'm a foodie. I love food. So it's hard. But then there are those cycles in life where I'm like, no, I'm good. Like I don't need to eat anything until noon. But I haven't been there for a minute now. Probably since June. I need to get back at it. Yeah, your intuition's very strong. My dreams tell me when to fast. Also create a fast that fits your body. Yeah, absolutely. I was forced to by my body as if it were saying, I need to do it. I started from 24 to 36, 48 to 60, then 72. Yeah. And I think that's always the best way to go about a fast is like, let's just see if I can make it this far, or, just make those little milestones for yourself. And then if you feel intuitively like continuing, continue. If you feel like, no, I need to break this fast, I need to eat, follow, like, your body's so intelligent. It's telling you exactly. I mean, also though, caveat to say, when you have that bad bacteria dying off in your gut, it's going to scream at you, eat some sugar, eat something bad, eat some trash. So you have to determine, is my body, my actual body saying this, or are the organisms that are dying off that don't have my body's best interest at heart, but that are parasiting off of my body, trying to hijack my systems to tell me to do? And that's where your intuition and your discernment is going to come in handy, big time. Well, Versha, we're proud of you. You got this, girl. Yeah, worried about mineral depletion more than anything else. Yeah, and getting those electrolytes, those salts, potassium, all of that, you should be so good. Yeah. We can, I mean, think of the way that, at least that it's in the history books, that our ancestors lived, where, you didn't know when your next meal was coming. So you like, we're good at being able to go a minute without eating, but they've got us scheduled, like, not only just 3 meals, but also snacks in between. Like, I'm not a big snacker usually. But there are some times where I'll eat dinner at like before 6 for sure, usually. And then by like 8:30, I like to be in bed, just kind of winding down by like 9:15. But like those nights by 8:30, I'm like, I'm really hungry. um, but for the most part, I'm not a snacker, which is good. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, when people say they don't feel good during the fast, I'm like, duh, you're pushing toxin waste out of your body. And even when you start to eat again, like, your body's still dealing with the after effects of all that good that you just did for yourself, even though you feel like absolute trash in the moment. Um, yeah. And I think the longest I ever made it was 49 hours, and I had to stop because migraine. And I broke the fast with a kombucha, and that was all I had that day. So I didn't even like fully eat or anything. I mean, technically the fast was broken because I, drank a kombucha, but I'm like, I needed something because my migraine was so bad. But I don't know, my migraines have been so bad lately. I'm like, let's just push on through it. Like, it's the die off of that bad bacteria that's, I think, causing some of my migraine issues. I know it, I sense it, and just some of the garbage that's in our food. Can we even call most of what most of us eat food anymore? I don't think so. It's not even real. The mother freaker isn't even real. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I had mental clarity and body felt fine. If I rested, I was liking it. Yeah. Yeah, most people aren't ready for a water fast. Raw food fast will give you the same results. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, doing, we don't have to go as extreme as only water, or those people that go for a dry fast, they don't even drink water. I'm too thirsty to never drink water during the day. Like, or, oh man, I don't know that I could do, I mean, never say never. I love me some water. I take this everywhere. I did forget it today, but I brought it. Yeah, I can assume that's very, especially if you're going like 3, 4, 5 days. Like, what? That's extreme. Without food, I get it. And in fact, Dr. Lupo that comes here, I think he made it 49 days, or was it upwards of 70 days? I always forget. I forget the numbers. But yeah, he did like a water fast for like 3 months, I think. At least it was at least 3 months. I want to say. And he lost like, or maybe it was a 49-day fast and he lost 70 pounds. I think that's what that was. Too bad he wasn't here. He could tell us all about it. Yeah, he used to talk about it on his channel back in the day. And it really inspired me. That's before, I mean, I'd heard of fasting and intermittent fasting, but this was back in like 2020, I think, when he did that. But I was just like, wow. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't sleep either. Asked S to literally just massage my body parts. He is spooked. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I did have sodium and magnesium, but not potassium. Yeah, and potassium deficiencies, like, you can die. Like, it's a serious business. So you wanna make sure if you're doing an extended fast, I'd say anything below probably 5 days, you're gonna be all right, you know? Yeah, still taking readings, still doing readings. I'm just taking a bit of a we're still talking about fasting for a moment. Um, yeah, but basically, it's about not getting that potassium too low because that's really scary. And a lot of disease is because of low magnesium, or like even high blood pressure can be caused by low magnesium. Um, there's a bunch of other things that can be caused from low magnesium. Yeah, so just kind of keeping those electrolytes and like the different salts that your body needs and stuff in balance is definitely key. Yeah. Not to be the bright police, but I do love cutting flour and sugar because that eliminates 80% of the processed ish. You're so right. Yeah. If I could just cut the flour and sugar, and I can't even really do regular flour anymore. I need to do it can't have the fortification where they put that like fake synthetic folic acid and niacin and riboflavin and all of that. It messes with me because I have the MTHFR mutation. We're not supposed to be eating that stuff. And I guess they estimate between 50 to 60% of the population has at least one copy of the MTHFR. Yes, it sounds like mother effer mutation. Um, I'm one of many out here, but we're not supposed to have that. But they started fortifying all the flour, all the pastas with that in 1998, and after that, so many different like autism rates and things have just skyrocketed. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. Oh, I'm on keto since May, so I don't crave carbs or sugar anymore. See, that's a good place to be right there. Really good place to be. Yeah, I know my sister did keto before, but she was doing like all sorts of like fried foods and stuff. It's like the seed oils. Um, the seed oils. If you can do keto without the seed oils, do the actual omega-3 fatty acids and fats, you're going to save yourself a lot of pain and trouble for sure. Yeah. Processed foods are the worst. Thinking you can consume, unfortunate. Oh, thing you can consume. Yeah, that includes pink American meat. Yeah, they are full of nitrates. Yeah, right. Any like deli type meat. Yeah, you're looking at nitrate city. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I have not looked into einkorn flour. I will have to write that down because I'm always here for some research. I will look into that. It reminds me like Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. It's like a cross between Einhorn and Finkel. Well, not really the Finkel, but like Einkorn. The K from Finkel is in Einkorn. There we go. I will look into that. Oh, you just started taking the supplements for magnesium from Dr. Berg. That's awesome. Rabbit hole, the MF gene is the holy grail. Ooh, I bet. Yeah, I've been looking into that since like 2015, 2016. Yeah, it's no joke. And there's a lot that's happened because of that. Pretty much everything I have going on in my life and all my afflictions are probably the root cause is that MTHFR gene mutation. And it's not documented anywhere, but every redhead I know has at least a single, if not double copy of that gene mutation. I'm lucky I have a double copy. I got one from my mom and my dad. Thanks very much. Who knows? All right. Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into Versha's second question. Sorry, we kind of went off on a tangent, but I don't know. I think this information, although we're not a medical channel by any stretch of the imagination, sometimes it's good to talk about these things because, we all have to eat. We all have to figure out things, life and health and all the things. All right. And then we have a one card pull for Jessa as well, but we will get into Versha's second question. I did not timestamp the other one. I probably should have done that, but let's do 11503 for Versha. Everything sounds so loud in this room today. My chair's extra squeaky. My pen's extra squeaky. Who knows? All right. And of course, I'll set my timer. I didn't really adhere to it last time, but we were more just talking about fasting toward the end of that anyway, but I digress. All right. Now we'll start the timer right now. Okay. What's going on with my brother? We are in no contact since 4 weeks. He didn't even call to wish us happy birthday on Monday. I am not in a mood to carry this relationship alone. I would like to ask my mom. I am missing her so much in the overwhelm I am in right now. I feel all alone in everything I am doing right now. No physical support, though I energetically am supported. Okay. Aw, big hugs. Weirdly enough, I see him like this. Like he's pouting. He's throwing a temper tantrum for something. Let's see. Let's see. What is going on with your brother? What is happening? What's his deal right now? Okay. So there is a spiritual protection around you to keep him away. Because if he were to be involved in any way right now, maybe something he would have said just would have pushed things over the edge. So it's like God's protection right now, pretty much is what it's giving. Spirit's protection to keep him away. But I do see him in a very pouty energy. I love this. I love this. Yeah, it's like spirit is coming in to balance the scales because he can almost force you to have to try to defend yourself, your choices, who you are, what you believe. Like he just puts you almost on this defense mode. That kind of pulls you away from your true self and puts you into just, again, defense mode. Where when a truth is a truth, it just stands as the truth. It doesn't have to try to defend itself or push back or scream or fight. But it's like when he comes up against your energy, he feels almost like he has to go over the top with like trying to prove his point, prove himself. And you're just being super protected from that right now. But let's just see if there's any potential for him to come back. Okay. Yeah. Look at this. He's trying to find a way through, but life keeps throwing him things to keep him occupied so he can't come in your direction. I'm not even talking physically, but energetically. Like he can't even make a phone call or whatever because he's being delayed, sidetracked. But he is in this very pouty energy. It's very childish, but not in an innocent, naive sense of wonder kind of childish. It's just immature and it's very puppeted or very controlled by this matrix system is what it feels like. So you're being protected. Now, if the system that's in place here, the divine system that's in place, could protect you from S and his BS, that would be great. Let's see. Oh, he didn't even celebrate the Sisters Brothers Festival. He said he didn't feel like tying the ribbon I sent him. Yeah. Again, it's all to just, I mean, would it hurt him to literally do this? No, it wouldn't. It really wouldn't. But because it involves you and he likes to push buttons, of course he didn't do it. Yeah. Yeah, it's very childish. It's very controlled by, the opposition here. I do see you'll hear from him again. It's not like he's completely cut out, but there has to be a plan in place. There's a spiritual plan in place to kind of keep him separate from you. So even if he has a plan to come visit or, I don't know if he has maybe a better relationship with your husband than he has with you or something, there's almost this like spiritual arm's length kind of, we're keeping you at arm's length. You can't come any closer. You can't sit with us. Energetically speaking, he can't sit with you anymore. He doesn't have a spot at your inner circle at the insider's table anymore. Yeah, he's been like that always. Even when he abused me, it was all about control and ego. Yeah. And this is just, rejection is God's protection kind of vibe of out of sight, out of mind at this point. Like you don't have to be your brother's keeper, so to speak. But let's just see if there's any guidance, message, advice from your mom coming through. Ooh, speak your truth. And of course, this is about the truth coming to light. So anything that's been buried, secrets, hidden, lies, these are coming to the surface. And I just heard he's telling on himself. He's telling on himself. So just his actions, his words, anything he denies, but you say this happened, but he denies. These secrets are coming to life through his own words, through his own actions, through his own admissions in some way. He's telling on himself in the future. Yeah, I am so done. It hurts Kashfi too. She was expecting something for her from his son. Aw. Yeah, let's get some guidance, wisdom, advice from your mom about this situation. Oh, I love this. It's almost like there's a spirit. Again, the spiritual protection is really strong here to keep him at distance, so that he can't try to, lie. But if he does try to lie about anything or exert control, exert ego, it's going to be like a Uno reverse card, slap him in the face, and he's revealing his own hand. People are going to see, oh, he's got a pair of twos, but the rest is garbage, but he's talking a big game like he's got a royal flush. Like it's like, oh, you may have one small thing, but like you're blowing it up to be this big thing that you're just so important, you're so awesome, you didn't do anything wrong, but like, oh my god, what a monster you are, you know? Um, stop that. Yeah, I wish you'd realize what he did. You felt like telling about the assault to S today. Yeah, that's totally your prerogative. Whenever you feel you want to share that or not, it's going to be up to you. But when we hope that, the perpetrator or the one that victimized us in some way realize what they've done, they really, even if they do realize what they've done, they never want to take accountability for it or want to apologize or want to make it right. Usually they'll still want to cover their own ass or, try to paint themselves. Well, I wouldn't have done that if ... Well, someone did that to me, so I did that to you. Like there's always an excuse. There's always passing the buck of blame. They can never, I won't say never, but like 9 times out of 10, never take responsibility for what they did. Even if something was done to him, which energetically and past life speaking, we've all had all sorts of crazy stuff done to us, but that doesn't make it right to continue that cycle. And in fact, many of us are here to break certain cycles. So when you see other people in your family doubling down on specific cycles, just leave them to it. Like, just leave them to it. They're not your soul family. They're very much here as a lesson rather than a blessing in your life. And you can, as much as that hurts, we kind of just have to leave it at that at some point, let's just see if he will realize. I mean, I see on a logical level, he already has realized what he's done, but for him to try to empathize and put himself in your shoes and have someone be the aggressor against him, he can't fathom that. He can't even role play himself into a victim position in that way to realize the extent of the damage that he did you. He just thinks, oh, well, it didn't literally hurt her, so I didn't hurt her, is kind of his stance on it. He realizes what he did, but he's still not going to take that deeper accountability or empathize in any way. He's always been close to my uncle's family and his daughter and neglected me. However, even blamed me for all his misery that I took away his parents' love from him. Yeah. And again, he's just carrying on these cycles of, woe is me, I'm the victim, even though nothing, grandstandingly happened to him in the ways that it happened to you. People are always going to be that way. And it's going to be up to each and every one of us in our family that's kind of the black sheep or what have you, to just distance. You don't have to. Yeah, it's like a new beginning, setting new examples for your daughter, your family. And you can almost just count these as blessings in disguise, or not even very disguised, that he's not a greater part of your life to create more chaos and damage, not only for you, but for Kashfi. And even if she feels like the loss of this uncle and his son and, the extended family that she feels she's missing out on, the amount of trauma that they would bring if they were more involved far outweighs the little bit of perceived loss that she, even if it feels like a big loss to her, which she has every right to feel it's a loss. But she's being protected. That's really what's coming through. Wow, seriously. Yeah. My mom is a perfect example. She went through hell at the hands of her husband, but she never retaliated. Yeah. And it's up to you to bring that balance, not to try to keep the peace and bring the balance and stay in this dysfunction, but for you to be the one to say no more. This ends with me. I am not passing this BS onto my daughter. These dynamics with you and your brother. I mean, she doesn't have a sibling, so that kind of in a way takes care of any kind of negative sibling dynamic, but just kind of in general family dynamics, you've broken a lot of trauma that she does now have to experience. So you can, you know, be proud of yourself that you did that. And, we always think, there's more work we can do, or, I should have done this different, or I should have walked away sooner, or, whatever we come up with in our thinking. But you're doing the best you can. And yeah, he is very good with her. It's good. He is very good with her. Is good. He is not sending his son here for further studies. Yeah. Any closing? Yeah, let's just see any closing message. Let's go to the tea leaf. Closing statement. Okay, we have a change for the better. Okay, so this cycle is breaking and changing for the better. Not to say you'll never hear from him again. Obviously, he will be around, but again, it's a very controlled access he will have to you moving forward, not even from your own hope or volition, but from spirit. Spirit is starting to separate timelines and people on certain timelines that they just don't have that unbridled access to us anymore. Okay, we had Cain fall to the floor. Pay attention to your health, which it fell to the floor because you're already doing this. I mean, it's already very obvious, I think. You're doing that. Angel, spiritual guidance and protection from, I mean, I can't make this stuff up. And this is kind of your mom's energy coming through. Like, I'll kind of be that guardian angel here to make sure that it doesn't cross paths. And then getting together with friends, it's almost like you're creating new dynamics potentially with friends, whether they're online communities, people in person. It's like you're kind of doing the found family thing where you're creating this kind of tribe or family of people in your plasma light tribe, or, people here or in other communities, Raylene's community, wherever else it is that you're finding people who are supportive, that aren't going to hurt you in the ways that maybe your brother has in the past. But yeah, there's a lot of spiritual guidance coming through and protection from harm. You're being protected. That's the brass tacks of your reading. Is all that's going on is for your protection right now. Yeah, Kashmi just told me one day, Uncle did harm to you, right? I was like, what? I said, Kashmi, you are too young to know this right now. We will talk about it later. Yeah. It's like intuitively, she probably, maybe not what exactly happened, but obviously that he hurt you in some way. Yeah. I'm so done with their drama. Even my sister-in-law is full of it, taking advantage of this drama between us. And see, when you're connected to spirit, you don't have this like drive within you to perpetuate drama and gossip, and not to say people who are connected to their spirit don't gossip or don't create drama. It happens, but it's not something that they want to keep poking at and perpetuate. It's like, it's almost like because they had an outburst or, got fed up and enough was enough, and then they just kind of felt backed into a corner and let it all hang out kind of thing. That's usually how spiritual people will create drama in their lives, is like it just comes to a head and then rather than just constantly just poking at it, like these just very, I mean, for lack of a better word, just unconscious people who are not connected to their I am at all. They're just very much controlled by the narratives and the systems that are in place and the eat, sleep, work, and die kind of vibe. It's like, no, there's something different and better. A lot of these people don't, and that is their entertainment. Bread and circuses. Frankly, I'm so done with their drama. Yeah, I don't blame you. I really don't. Yeah. Decided to join the GGC with Carrie in November. I am not ready right now to do that level of work. My body needs rest. Yeah. And there are times where we just do need to pull ourselves back from even the healing, because we can get into almost like this almost spiritual psychosis with it, or just this what is it called, like a, oh gosh, I just forgot the name of it, but it's basically you kind of reach this spiritual threshold, like a Herxheimer reaction with your healing, that you're being more harmed than helped. when you get to certain points. It can happen that way. Oh gosh, I just had the name of it and then it just went right back out. Yeah, it's not a spiritual psychosis. It's more of a, again, it's like when you're detoxing your body and you detox too much too fast, and then you create that Herxheimer reaction in your body where you're physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually just in pain. Um, oh gosh, the name of it's just right in the periphery of my mind. Um, but it can happen when you're doing all sorts of healing work and you're just diving deeper and deeper and deeper, and then you're so deep you don't know how you're ever going to get back out again. I hit that in 2021 going into 2022 with that healer I was doing. It was not good. It was not good. So yeah, there's definitely a fine line of, how far should we dive in and deep, how deep do we go and how much do we do this and how long do we do this before we just need a break, because it's a lot. Thank you so much for the clarity. I'm claiming all that protection. Wish I had that with S2, right? I mean, say at the very least, you're claiming that for yourself, so you will have that protection for sure. All right. So Jessa, aka Solar Siren, let's get into your question. And go ahead and post your question. We're going to get right into it for you. For some reason, I feel like starting with this deck while we wait for Jessa's question. Just get it all nice and, I almost said fushled instead of shuffled for whatever reason. I need to know about this job, LOL. Okay, I feel you, girl. What the F is going on with this job? What is happening? What did she need to know? Ooh, there may be someone you're reaching out to just as a follow-up. That could be something going on. There may even be a new one that's coming on your radar that you're reaching out, or something that you're kind of cooking up, or again, someone is thinking of you by way of something else. Kind of how these kind of weird random little like, oh, my friend doing this thing reached out to me for this thing, and now I need to do this thing to reach out for this thing. Like it feels very much like a chain of events. But look, the number 28 there adds up to 10, which adds up to one new beginning. There's a new beginning coming for you. Let's see what Jessa needs to know about this job. What is going on? What does she need to know? Bring us the clarity. The clarity. We got the clarity card, bro. Bruh. As my kids say. The sword of truth. You're breaking free of something, and the sword of truth is coming out to where someone or something may also be reaching out back toward you. And again, we cannot ignore the elephant in the room of this card of the inner child, the inner baby, the inner, I'm very innocent, please take good care of me, don't traumatize me kind of energy. So this is something going back to your inner child, inner very young person. I mean, this is probably under 2 years old energy. You're going back and breaking a cycle of something that was going on in your family around 1 to 2 years old. Breaking a cycle to be able to create that stability that's going to be coming through. And I just heard, it's happening, damn it. You guys know I don't like to swear unless I have to on this thing, but. Oh, Jessa, also, I was going to ask you, do you want to do our accountability tomorrow? I don't know if you have time. I should have time tomorrow if you want to do that. All right. Anything else for Jessa on the job? What's going on? Ooh. I don't know what song that was, but oh my gosh. I was freestyling it. News is coming in, and very quickly. This is the fastest moving card in the deck, and it's a card about news coming in, an announcement of some kind. And funny enough, I wish I could show you, but I threw it away earlier this week. So Wrigley started, I call him Mr. Pyramid Scheme at this point, because he starts all these like little businesses and stuff at school. He was literally having Ryan print him paper airplane money, with the denominations of ones, fives, tens, 20s, 50s, 100s, all of them. And he was like, if your airplane made it so far, you got this amount of dollars or whatever. But this is reminding me, like, money's coming in. And it's funny because his was like a, getting in his Delulu girl era as far as like, ooh, let me just, start this funny little thing of paper airplane money. It was fake money, obviously, but it's like sometimes you just have to fake it till you make it is what's kind of coming through here. We're switching decks. What do we need to know for Jessa? What does she need to know about this job? What does she need to know sooner than later, please? Sooner than later. Let's bring this opportunity in. 9 of Cups. That's the wish fulfillment card right there. Look at that. And it's not even the 9 of Pentacles of, oh, I put in all my paces, all this grueling hard work, and now it's time to reap the harvest. That kind of energy that we had last time that we met 2 Thursdays ago. We kind of had that 9 of Pentacles, like your hard work's paying off. It's going to happen. This is more 9 of Cups. Like, no, it just needs to happen because it needs to happen. Yeah. Constant state of gratitude is what it says on the bottom there. But yeah, this is about something's got to give. I just saw like a pin being put into place. And I just heard linchpin. And I know like in crime syndicates that like the big bad is like the linchpin. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me Google that. I don't know why that's coming up. Linchpin meaning person or thing that is the most important, essential, or crucial element that holds something else together, like a team, a project, a system. Without this linchpin, the entire structure would fall apart. Which is the figurative meaning derived from its literal definition of the pin that keeps a wheel on its axle. That makes sense. So the linchpin is falling into place. So before that, it was like you had all the parts except the one, but the one that you were missing was essential. And it's not that something's missing, it's that something's finally being realized on your part to break the cycle, to break free from something that's been holding you back. Because the opposite of holding back is being able to reach out. And when you're chained down, you can't reach out properly. I mean, yeah, you can send all the emails and the whatevers and the things happen, but if you're energetically held back, it's almost like there's a barrier in place. Even if someone did want to hire you, oh, we don't have enough money, we can't afford you, or we don't really have quite the right position for you. We'd love to, but ... Well, once that crucial piece falls into place for you, it feels like an epiphany, an aha moment. That's when the linchpin falls into place so that maybe the offers just start coming to you rather than you having to go to them or try to seek something out there. It comes to you. It'll find you. Very interesting. Okay, closing statements. We're going to go to Tea Leaf Oracles. Anything else Jessa needs to know about this job? Sooner than later. Let's get this ball rolling. Let's get this linchpin in place. I love it. Anything else? With the Vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. And I think this is just kind of the energy that's been going on. And that someone is against you. Again, this is like the principalities, the matrix, whatever, that's been kind of acting as that sort of chains holding you back. But this is present to past. It's not present to future. So let's tune into the energy present to future. What's coming in? Okay, one flipped. What's going on here? Where are you? All right. So you're going from this to this. And harp, when I think of harp, it's very peaceful. It's very peaceful. I mean, not to say the job will be peaceful. I'm sure you'll be busy. It'll be a bit stressful trying to, get onboarded and get everything going. But like the peace that knowing there's stability and money coming in again, that's the peace. That's the peaceful peace falling into place. Ooh, I like it. Anything else? All right. Ooh, something with love. What is this love card trying to say? Whoa, it went flying. And we did not catch it. It fell to the floor. Tiger. Doing something risky, taking a chance. So again, I think you've stepped out of your comfort zone quite a few times in this job search. But this is saying just keep going. These three kind of fell off the bottom as I picked it up. So let's keep. Yeah, yeah. Hello, hello, hello. You in the back. You hear that? You listening? Okay. Work, achievement, and success. Moon, changes in your life. Let's add one of your birth cards. And V is for victory. V is for Victor. V as in Victor. PEA. V as in Victor. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. Inside joke. Kicking it all the way back to like 1997 right there. Victory in some endeavor. Work, achievement, success. Changes in your life leading to victory in some endeavor. Oh my gosh. You can't make this up. And I just heard Eye of the Tiger. And it's interesting here because we have the tiger, the ant, and the vulture. These are the kind of animal insect cards of all these other cards that are harp and V and moon and love. These are kind of the insect or living things. I mean, I guess people could argue the moon is a living thing or that love is a living thing. Sure. But you know what I'm trying to say with this. So a tiger is kind of a predatory creature. A vulture is kind of a predatory creature. And an ant is kind of an opportunistically predatory creature, meaning, ooh, I see something, let's go get it. Like they're gonna get all their other ant friends on board to go get those crumbs or that dead beetle or whatever it is and work together to bring it in. And you were born the year of the tiger. Oh, very interesting. So you're tiger in Chinese astrology. So Eye of the Tiger, that's a song about I think it's a song about like persevering because I think it was in the movie Rocky. I can't remember exactly. I mean, it's all over. I mean, you probably to this day will still hear it like in the grocery store and stuff. Let's just see, what is the song Eye of the Tiger about? I think this is just going to be important. I've never really sat and analyzed it, but well, it's by the band Survivor, I think. Yeah, it's by the band Survivor. You've been a survivor this whole time, you know, but you don't want to just continue to be a survivor. You want to be a thriver, you know. So it says, rising up back on the streets, did my time, took my chances, went the distance. Now I'm back on my feet. Just a man in his will to, or woman in her will to survive. So many times it happened too fast. You trade your passion for glory. Don't lose your grip on the dreams of the past. You must fight to keep them alive. It's the eye of the tiger. It's the thrill of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rival. In the last known survivor, stalks his prey in the night, and he's watching us all with the eye of the tiger. So yeah, it's about like, I'm like dead set on what I want, and damn it, I'm gonna get it. It's time. It's time. It's time. I love that. Yeah, you're rising up. That's cool. Ooh, I'm dropping pens. And I put the other cards away, but yeah, this is all about, because it was like about getting like honest or getting truthful in your this reading. The one card pull we did earlier that I think you got. Did you get 2 cards? No. But you got a card that was about change, and gosh, I hope I'm remembering it right. But it feels like, yeah, this is like an extension of what we got for you earlier. So I love that. Yeah, that's exciting. Something is going to give, like, we keep getting, like, how positive this shift is going to be. It's going to be awesome. It's just like, hello, when is it going to happen? Like, can you give us any indication? Like, when is this going to happen? Tomorrow, please. That would be great. As I drop another card, grab it. And we have Bat. Take care. Enemies are working against you. And again, I don't see this as any one person in your life. This is more just like matrix games, matrix controls, principalities, all the fun things that any one of us deals with in this matrix. That's just trying to keep a good woman down, you know? Kospi just came back and shared that she made it to the honor chorus course in chorus. Oh, that's so exciting. I loved chorus and music and choir. I loved it. Yeah, we called it choir where I went, but yeah, they called it chorus in middle school, but then choir when you got to high school, which always was like, who cares? Just call it whatever. Call it, I love to sing. Yeah, that's very exciting. Tell her we say congratulations. That's so fun. Very, very cool. All right, you guys, I'm going to double check our donation list, but I think we are up to date. In fact, we are up to date. So that should do it for me today. Sorry, my eye itches. Itchy left eye. Maybe there's a message in that for someone. I don't know. Oh, you're so welcome, Kashfi, anytime. All right, you guys. Well, I will be back Friday, as I like to say. That rhymed. We will be back for the eclipse special. And I was wrong last time we had the lunar eclipse. I just taking it as, okay, Aquarius is where the lunar eclipse was, but what's directly opposite is Leo. Well, fun fact, my friends, today, I think it's today, the sun went into Virgo per Vedic astrology. Let me just correct myself before I wreck myself. Make sure I'm speaking facts here. But by the time of the eclipse on the 20th, I am about 99.999% sure that it's going to be a Virgo eclipse for those in Western and Vedic astrology. Because it was going to be a Leo eclipse, I thought, but no. It's by just the hair of its teeth or the skin of its back or whatever that saying is, that it's going to be in Virgo rather than Leo. But again, it's bringing up health concerns for the collective. Where is my Vedic chart? See, having it out of alignment, I can't find it. I got to put it where I know it is. Okay. Yes, the sun is in Virgo as of, well, it's giving me this September 18th. I think this is going off India time. So let's go to 17th, which is today. Sun. Yes, it just went in today. So I didn't lie to you guys, thank goodness. This time, I lied to you accidentally last 2 live streams ago when I said the solar eclipse would be in Leo. It's actually Virgo. And you're a Virgo, and I am in Hellenistic astrology Virgo ascendant. So, but Libra ascendant per just the Lahiri Ayanamsha in Vedic astrology. I'm just so close, just being born when I was. I'm so close. It's depending which Ayanamsha you use. I'm either a Libra ascendant with probably 90+% of them, but then just in the Fagan Bradley, which is very aligned with like Hellenistic Babylonian astrology, like the original OG astrology. It pushes me back to a Virgo ascendant, a 29-degree Virgo ascendant, mind you. And even in Babylonian astrology, Ryan is a 29, slightly lower degree sun, my husband. And I'm a 29 and some change minutes later degree, but within 1 degree, we're both a 29 degree. But even if you take it as the Lahiri Ayanamsha, which is what most I know Kapiel Raj and Joni Patri will use that as their determining. It puts me at a 0, 0, whatever, and like not even a minute. It seems like Libra ascendant. So it goes either way for me. But yeah, Virgos out there, be aware, especially Virgos in Western and Vedic. Be aware that things are shaking, waking up, breaking up, making up potentially in your ascendant, sun, moon, whatever you have in Virgo. And if you don't have anything in Virgo, well, where is your Mercury? Because that will tell you how this is going to affect you. For me, I have, let's see, my Virgo is let's just take my Libra ascendant. Virgo would be my 12th house. I would have my Saturn and my Mars there. And my Mercury, which rules Virgo, is in the 8th house. So there's always fun times with Mercury in the 8th house. It brings on my detective glasses and my research and just wanting to know all the unknowns and mysteries of life. That's why I'm wired this way, to want to have to know. And it's in Kritika Nakshatra of all. That's where my Mercury's placed, which is a very difficult. It's already a difficult nakshatra, but then to put it in the 8th house, it's like, what are we thinking right now? This is insane. But it basically says that at some point during my life, I will cut off from the go with the flow, Joe Schmo line of thinking and want to get to the truth. Cut off. It's literally Critica is about like decapitation. It's about cutting off your head. And in fact, you want to not literally, but like metaphorically speaking, cut off your head and get back into your womb space if you're a feminine here, because there's nothing good up here. And in fact, true intelligence is not found through the logical thinking, it's found in a deep knowing of that womb portal, which is a portal out of this matrix hellscape. So, getting your head cut off, having your Mercury and Critica on paper looks like a horrid thing to happen. But I actually look at it as a huge blessing. Comes with a lot of like, I'm seeing like Minesweeper, like which one are you gonna get? Is the mine under there? Like what's or the explosion thing? It's hard. It's a hard placement, but it's a worthy placement, and I'm here for it. I'm glad. Oh, you have Saturn there, and S has Mars there. Yeah, I have Mars and Saturn and Ascendant if we're gonna look at the Babylonian astrology part of it. But I do take into account because like planets that are in your first house will have a great influence on your appearance. Especially your like your body shape, your what your face looks like. Even second house is a lot of times associated with your face. I have Uranus in my second house if I go by Libra ascendant, which would put it in Scorpio. And I guess Uranus is kind of I don't know. I don't think I look like everyone else, but I don't think I look unique either. I'm just kind of there. I don't know. But Uranus does give you the square jawline. I do know that. And my Mercury is opposite Uranus. So it kind of gives mercurial vibes to my Scorpio second house. Yeah. And mercurial, if you have Mercury in your first or second house, you can look younger than your age. My moon's also Gemini, which is kind of your moon is also a big part of your appearance. You can look younger than your age. So I do have that going for me, I guess. And also voice. Your voice is associated with the second house. Well, I have a Scorpio second house with Uranus there, talking about off the wall concepts aspected by Mercury. So of course I'm out here just flapping my gums about all sorts of crazy stuff. Of course I am. Oh, my look has changed so much due to the weight loss. 28 pounds down, hoping for 8 more, mostly from lower pregnancy belly and thighs. Yeah, that's awesome. Especially if you are feeling like you're looking more the way that you feel good when you look, this way or that way. It's not even to me like what I look like, but it's how I feel. Like if I feel like I'm constantly, because my muffin top's pushing my pants down, like if I'm constantly pulling my pants up over my muffin top, I'm like, this doesn't feel good to me. It doesn't scream, I'm confident in what I'm wearing right now, or even being here. Yeah, but when I feel good in my body, like I can feel just at peace in a lot of other areas of life. It's a very interesting dynamic. But when I'm, this 15 to 18 pounds up from where I like to be, it's not fun. It's not fun. I mean, it's not tragic. It's not the end of the world. Like I can still feel from day to day. Like there are days I actually feel really good and confident, and other days I'm just like, yeah, nah. I don't feel or look good in anything I'm putting on, but I'm addressing these things. So yeah, more like flirty though. I am not looking for anyone. Right. Aw, sassy and more inflow. Yeah. I know. Flirty, not looking for anyone. I get you there, girl. Yeah. I'm only just looking to feel flirty and good for like myself. I mean, yes, I have a husband, obviously, but like he's always like, you look good no matter what. So like, can I trust his judgment? Because he always is like, you look good no matter what, which I appreciate. I do. And I'm not that person that needs anyone else to look at me either. Like no, I'm good. I'm good in that department. I just want to feel good for myself. Like to me, that is the most important person to impress, or not that I have to impress myself, but just to feel good in my own skin. That really is what matters. I don't care what this person thinks about what I look like or how I dress or how I do my hair or whatever, or that person or that person or that person. Yes, the people close to me, if they were to say something, out of pocket about my hair or the way I'm dressing or, "Oh, your muffin top's sticking out right now." I might feel a little offended, but if it's just some random person, it's like, "Oh, cool. I'm glad you have that opinion. That's great for you." Yeah. "Oh, your knees were hurting so much. Now that will go down, hopefully." Yeah. Well, I notice when I walk, it's my left knee. And weirdly enough, all of my ailments, woes are basically all happening on the right side of my body, but it's my left knee. It's like, I don't know. It's a lot of times when I walk, I'm like, do I need to wear like one of those compression knee thingies to like make it not hurt so much, or what's going on? Like when I walk up the stairs, I can feel like it clicking. And I don't think that's a good thing. And I've never had like any outward knee injury I can think of, so I don't know what's causing it other than just, time, aging process. Kashfi is saying, looking at me, if you have to guess your age, mama, you look 49 with so many giggles. Oh no. Aw. I don't think you look 49 if that's any consolation. I would have thought you were, I won't even say my age because I don't even feel like my age, but like I think everybody looks 35. I don't know. Unless they actually are 35, then to me they look 25. So it's weird. Now, due to loss of fat, when I lie down with my knees on top of another, the bone hit each other and it's so different. Isn't that interesting? It's not something you may notice like right away, but like over the accumulation of losing like, 28 pounds or whatever. Um, oh, she says with fat, you looked like 53. Oh my gosh. Well, I would say if it's any consolation, when I was a kid, my mom was, I think she was 27 when she had me, and there were kids that I went to school with that their moms were, like, 20, 22, 25 when they were born, so I always thought, "Man, my mom is so much older than everybody," but weirdly enough, she looked younger than everybody, so I had a weird concept of what old even meant or looked like. Like, even now, like, my mom will be 71 in November. And I don't think she looks anywhere near that, and especially if you compare her at 71 to what my grandma looked like at 71. My grandma looked 91 at 71. She was a smoker, but still, it's like, "Oh, wow." No, if I can look anywhere remotely as young as my mom does at 71, I'll feel real good about that. She looks so good. She's over exaggerating for sure. Well, if you woulda asked me at 20 if 40 was old, I'd been like, "Yeah, that's really old." But now that I'm 43, I'm like, actually 70 doesn't even look that old anymore. To be honest, it's like the older you yourself get, the less old some of these older ages look. But weirdly enough, at my 21-year reunion, because I had a 21-year reunion rather than 20-year reunion because I graduated in 2000. So as you know, 2020 couldn't do much. So we had to postpone it a summer. But there were people that I know that I went to high school with that were drinking then, that I know that were drinking back in the day, and probably every day since, that look probably 20 years older than me. Not kidding. Not an exaggeration whatsoever. If you wanted to say back then I looked 38, they looked 58. Not kidding. Yeah. Oh, giving explanation for her age brackets. It's funny. Yeah, I don't think kids, even kids who, have experience with all sorts of ages, have a good judge of age. Because even me at 43, like people younger than me now, I don't feel like I have a good grasp on, and other than using my intuition, but if I were to just use my like judgment, like logic, people out here at 40 are looking just as young as some of the 25-year-olds, and some of the 25-year-olds is looking as old as some of the 40-year-olds. Like that whole 25 through about 40, even beyond 40 now. I mean, there's people mid 40s, early 50s that I'm like, you're 30, right? Like you have to be 30. You do not look like you're in your 50s. There's no way. Um, so yeah, I think age really is just a concept. And I mean, depends also how well we take care of ourselves and if we have good genes or bad genes as far as aging goes. And I mean, there's a huge crapshoot as far as like how it'll play out. But yeah, guess that's a do with how you are taking care of their body. Yeah, for sure. And you can tell when people are, using substances and just not caring about their spiritual, emotional, mental, or physical health. It really starts to show, especially after like age 30. Yeah, there are some 35-year-olds, usually guys, like, that I know, like, kids I used to babysit back in the day that were, like, 8 years younger than me, that are, like, 35 now. They look 20 years older than me too. I'm like, "How? How do you look so old? You're so young," but it's a lot of the substance abuse, you know? Oh, don't get me started on the food. You know, you guys have got me started on the food before. A lot of it out there isn't even food. Oh, soda, yeah. That's been my crutch lately, is getting caffeine to keep the headaches at bay. So I'll do like a Coke or something, and I wanna stop. I just wanna There was a point I was off soda for 6 years back in the day. I wanna get back to that. I wanna be able to say that again. I've been off soda for 6 years. But that's the thing, is, like, I think if I didn't have the headaches, it'd be just like, "Oh, yeah, sure, I don't need it." But because of the headaches, I'm like, "I need it because it helps just that slight bit." And I don't think it's worth it. Even if it helps a slight bit, I don't think it's worth it because of all the sugar and other things it's doing to the system just being there, you know? I don't think it's worth it. Anywho, thanks for hanging out, you guys. I will probably go have just a little bit of something for lunch and then close my fasting window for the day. Yeah, I'm feeling like that's a great plan for me. Yes. So, yes, Jessa, she's open from 9 to 2 tomorrow. Awesome. Yeah, I can meet anytime during that. Yeah, because that'd be 10 to 3 my time. So I'd probably be open from about 10 to 2 my time, which would be about 1 your time. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm probably gonna shoot for I'll probably eat I'll probably be done eating today by about 2 my time. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 12. Yeah, that'd put me about 18. And I'm pushing it a little farther than my 16 just because, again, I'm part in that part of my cycle where I can fast longer, and I might as well go for it. So that's where I'm at. Yeah. I wanna get back on track and just feel good again. Yeah, had my 1 spoon of homemade yogurt, it was nice and soothing for my gut. I asked my mind to shush. There you go. And maybe later, if you feel like having some more, have some more. Or if you don't, Just listen to your body. That's awesome. I love it. All right, you guys. Well, thanks again so much for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donate. Oh, let me first check and make sure we don't have any other donations. I do not want to leave anyone hanging. Okay, we're up to date. Okay. Take 2. All right, you guys. Thanks again so much for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see each and every one of you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot Live next Friday, as in 2 days from now. We're going to be doing the solar eclipse in Virgo for both Western and Virgo lovers. Virgo lovers, Vedic lovers. On Friday, we will be here at 11 a.m. Mountain Time for that eclipse special. And it will kind of be the second half of the reading we started for the lunar eclipse almost a week and a half ago at this point, well, a little over a week and a half ago at this point, almost 2 weeks ago at this point. Yeah, we will do that and get hang out and vibe and take any of your donations and all the fun things then. So I will see you then. All right, you guys, much love. Peace. See you next time.